Look, it's been a stressful couple of weeks in the late night world. Jimmy Kimmel was suspended last week. He was very happily reinstated this week. But because of that, like the comments in our YouTube comment section this week have been very much of the same tone. It's a lot of like, democracy matters, free speech is a right, stand strong. And that's all great, and I agree with it all. But comments like that don't feed the corrections beast. So this is gonna be a little thin. And that ain't on me. I do want to thank a British jackal, Dan, I think, who pointed out that there was a BBC article with the title, US TV hosts back Kimmel as Trump threatens networks. And it had a roundup of everybody's responses. And this is what they said about ours. And if you will allow, I'm going to read it in my best British BBC voice. And we're going to keep doing our show the way we've always done it, with enthusiasm and integrity. This was followed by a fart noise, referring to a previous joke about a horse defecating in front of Trump during his state visit to the UK. Another reason this week is thin gruel is we're just getting too good for you guys. We're just like one step ahead of the jackals at this point. A couple months ago, we made a joke about a windowless white van, and you guys all jumped on us because the driver's side window was a window. Well, I made a joke this week, and look at us. No windows. Now, unfortunately, a bunch of you pointed out, why would you still have a driver's side mirror? That's something for us to work on next time. Oh, hey, we made a joke about how Jerry left Ben & Jerry's, and the joke was that they weren't getting along. And many of you pointed out Ben & Jerry is still on great terms. Jerry only left the company because he felt like the parent company was curtailing his right to express his views and opinions on everything from Donald Trump to what's happening in the Gaza Strip. And that feels like something that I want to clarify. I'd hate for this to be the reason that I never get my own ice cream flavor. For those who forget, it would be called a Closter Lick, and it would be like vanilla filled with tangents. We played a clip of Trump saying the First Amendment is the ultimate. Ultimate means last in a series, so that's not the right way to refer to the First Amendment, which is obviously the first, famously the first in a series of amendments. Thank you, Shoemaker. But no judgment. By the way, I don't think I knew, to be honest, that ultimate meant last, but I am going to try to start using it that way. So when people are like, how are your ratings? I'm going to be like, oh, well, I would say our place is ultimate. Here's a comment. Melania Trump's outfit in the UK is quite similar to the look of Cad Bane in Star Wars. That's not for us. I received the nicest comment about the journey of our show and how it's changed since its inception. And reading it, I felt very seen. And I think we're living a life where being seen is, an important thing. And I'm not going to share the entirety of the comment because I don't want it to seem like I'm tooting my own horn. But I would like to read how it began. I remember how unfunny this show was when I started watching it several years ago. I don't think you need those. Just a little bit less teeth in the preamble. Here's one. Someone said Alexi Ash would not buy a Flush It button from Spencer's Gifts. That is correct. But then I got very worried. The name of the person who left the comment had Ash in the name. And let me tell you something. If we got a mole checking out corrections on behalf of my wife, we're in real trouble. This one I like just because of how it started. Urgent correction. I'm going to read it like it's urgent. Urgent correction, if not a PSA. Seth, Marbles cannot be inserted into the butt, parentheses, rectum. They must be connected or strung together. Keep up the safe free speech. You too, brother. Hey, it's time for a new correction segment. Graphic of the week. I feel like they would have worked a little bit harder on the title card. It's an Azerbaijani woman in a log flume. And it was undeniably the graphic of the week. Thanks to everybody in the graphics department. This has been graphic of the week. I said Kevin McAllister committed soft pranks. Many of you said he was a full-on attempted murderer. Did day drinking with Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang. It certainly wasn't the most important thing that happened in late night this week, but it really measures up, and it was wonderful hanging out with those guys. You know what? Because I felt young. And I felt like I belonged. And then I made the mistake of reading a comment that said Seth had too much tired old queen energy. Not since I was in a bathroom stall at Bottoms Up have I heard such hurtful words. Oh, we were going to do another coffee cup bit like we did in last week's corrections, but it was Ben's birthday last Wednesday, so we asked for today off. It's also Scollins' birthday on Saturday, and Ben asked for Monday off because he's worried it'll still be too much about Mike. Also, I made a joke last week in corrections that we didn't... Ben missed rehearsal, and people were like, corrections has rehearsal? Dude, the show doesn't have rehearsal. When the coffee cup left, I had to say hasta la vista. One of you said it would have been better if the coffee cup said hasta barista. And you're right. That would have been better. I will say, comments under a closer look this week did have this sort of uniformity to them. And again, they were really sweet, and I don't want to dismiss them in any way. But I also thought, you know, these are the kind of comments that I bet are similar to the comments that would be under a John Oliver video or a Colbert or a Kimmel video even, that were very much about, you know, like, keep up the good fight and, you know, thank you so much, you know, for defending free speech. And that's great. What's special about corrections is I feel like the comments under any given corrections video only exist there. They're snowflake corrections, you know, they're one of one. And as an example, I'm just gonna read one because when I read it, I'm like, that's just for us. Did you just make me see a singing cat ass? I was eating pudding. Someone wrote in, stop making light of the fact that your dog just died. Point taken. I understand how that's might not be funny to everybody. In my defense, I have been going through a lot because my dog just died. In all seriousness, people have asked me a lot recently, are you going to get another dog? And I don't think, as of now, we will. I think she's going to be the last one. One might even say, the ultimate frisbee. Can a tired old queen do that? See me next week.